Hey guys, Kai from Toei here, back with another video. Something different actually. Nothing to do with my German One Piece openings, because I think this is something that I've done recordings for and update videos for on what I wanted to do with the channel, but never really posted it. But more reactions that aren't German anime openings from Digimon or whatnot, but proper other reaction videos of anime related things. And I think the first one I wanted to do is the Dragon Ball Super Broly Trailer 2. Now this type of reaction video is more going to be me doing a reaction to the video, to the trailer of course, that's been leaked early, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts on the trailer and what's going on, and my personal opinions on the whole thing of what they're including, what they're changing, and everything like that. Because I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, as you notice. I have, oh well, you can see that. I have Shenron, Trunks' sword, Dragon Balls, all on my arm. That shows my love for Dragon Ball. So I love Dragon Ball. I love everything to do with Dragon Ball, and this trailer is going to be something awesome. So let's go and check it out. Okay guys, so I've got my classic Skull Candy headphones here that I've used in previous past reactions or during my season 1 of my One Piece German intro reactions, because I thought it would be better to use these for this type of video as well. So I've got the video up. I will probably have the actual other video, the actual trailer, overlaid over this a bit more clearly, and like it is on the screen, so there's less glare, so a lot of editing. But like always, let's get to it. Three, 2, 1.
よろしく。
サイヤ人はフリーザ軍の命令通りに働けばいい。
カカロッタ、まだ保育カプセルの中か。
自慢の我が息子よ、お前の潜在能力は天才的だ。我が息子ブロリーを辺境の星に飛ばすおつもりだとか。俺はブロリーを最強の戦士に育て復讐をする。
時間がないかもしれないんだ。フリーザはよからぬことを企んでいる。星ごと消えていただく絶好の機会じゃないですか。絶対生き延びるんだぞ。前売り第2弾スーパードラゴンボールヒーローズブロリーもらえっぞ。
Okay, so that was interesting, very interesting indeed. I'll get the camera reset up so it's a bit more better for us and everything, so let's get going. Okay, so initial thoughts, very interesting. I had a strong feeling because Akira Toriyama only recently wrote Minus a few years back and included it in the compilation manga volume compilation chapter volumes of his one-shot or his short series of Jacko the Galactic Patrolman. That is also set in the Dragon Ball universe and is set before Dragon Ball as well. He also included the bonus chapter Dragon Ball Minus that is set just before Jacko the Galactic Patrolman, which patrolman. So if you want to go the whole manga route, it goes Dragon Ball minus, Galactic Jacko, the Galactic Patrolman, then Dragon Ball, and then Super Anime or Super Manga. But we don't really do canon really much in Dragon Ball because of how much Toei or Akira now changes things. Well, for one, I loved Dragon Ball's minus story. This is just coming from the whole, ever since I read the original manga of Dragon Ball Z, and how Roshi always explained how Grandpa Gohan found him as a baby. The scene there, I could, if I wanted to, I would have pulled the volume out and showed the picture of that exact same scene from the anime, where they used the whole him referencing him as a baby. They even had him as drawn as a baby and referenced in the anime. That part was never actually shown in the manga, so him being a baby could have been meant regardless if he looked like a toddler or not. Roshi and Grandpa Gohan could easily referenced a toddler and still called a toddler a baby anyway. I love the whole essence of the backstory of the Saiyans that we got a glimpse of. I loved how Paragus, I think, went to try and stop his son getting exiled and said he was, and stuff like that. And that's what it looked like in some shots. Broly just suddenly rounding up on a planet and without wondering why he's been sent here, looked really like that. Though I'm curious that we see a shot of a child Vegeta on a planet, but we don't see Raditz, so it makes me wonder. It has made me wonder if they have changed that for the film, because in Minus, Raditz was with Vegeta and there was no sign of Nappa unless Nappa was in a different sector of the same planet they were on in Minus. So the planet that Vegeta lands on couldn't necessarily be Raditz and Nappa is also there, but they're off scouring the planet and killing the residents on the planet to do what they were sent to do. Goku getting shipped away in the pod, and that scene with Gine and Bardock having their hands on the red glass before they shipped Goku away in a Superman Kal-El fashion, and he's been shipped off. Is definitely from Minus. I love that the fact now Gina is now finally getting animated into the Dragon Ball universe's anime as well. Frieza's design though, after watching the trailer and seeing all the appearances of First Form, Frieza was initially his compressed form, because his final form, his fourth form, the one that he battles Super Saiyan Goku with, or he reaches, is the form that is his actual main form. So seeing this compressed form and it being pink and not white makes me wonder, were the white part somewhat armorish as well, and that is a chosen factor. They chose to wear the white part armor first, and he could choose to take it off whenever he wants, because it looked to me that there were some like hidden flesh tones underneath, because he still has that pink like abdomen type area still there on his body, but no white part of the armor is visible around his chest. And yes, we know he also wears the armor, the actual like Saiyan armor before that as well. So it's curious. It makes me wonder if this is just a change, similar to how they decided went with Future Trunks with blue hair in the Goku Black arc of Dragon Ball Super. But it's all really up in the air at the moment. Or could they do a sudden change like they did with Kid Trunks' initial photos before Battle of Gods came out, where he was drawn and promoted with blue hair, but then it got changed back to his greyish purplish hair, like everybody remembers Trunks' hair having. That's why I think a lot of incidents, a lot of people was going to go for with when Future Trunks was re-announced and re-shown in Goku Black Arc, are they going to change it again back to his correct hairstyle? But they didn't this time. So understandable, but it makes it weird though. I can do a whole video on that if you want me to, comment down below. But coming back to this, so very nice transitions of the characters' introductions with each thing. The animation looked on point again. Cannot wait for this film to come out because I've seen Battle of Gods Resurrection F in cinemas. Hopefully the UK gets a cinema release for this as well, because I'll be trying to get this booked and see it on the big screen as well. Wow, because it is a great showing. It looks like a great film and will be. I'm hoping it's good. The whole retconning of Bardock, the father of Goku, now is completely in stone here with this film. I don't mind it, but that is coming from a person that liked the Bardock father of Goku special for the anime. Now this is where I can now choose how I want to watch the anime now with Bardock the father of Goku or Dragon Ball Super Broly, because sometimes I like to watch stuff in chronological order. So I sometimes will choose to watch Bardock the father of Goku first before I watch Dragon Ball, and then I'll go on to Dragon Ball Z and then Super, or I'll leave the last 3 episodes of Z and then watch Super, then come back to the last 3 episodes of Z and watch those. And sometimes, not always, I'll sometimes watch GT. But this trailer has got a lot of questions still need to be answered, but I do love a lot of the concepts that they've introduced. This is definitely more heavily based on the flashback part or the before they were sent on Earth section of the film, like we've been noticing, like we've been told, and it looks really, really interesting on how it gets done and being said. Now it just makes me wonder what's going to happen in the film now. In some cases there are rumours that Gogeta is going to be in it, but I don't want to make that speculation. But because definitely if he's meant to go Ultra Instinct, if Super Saiyan Blue cuts the timing of fusion in half for Potara's, and remember you get 30 minutes with the fusion dance. So as soon as if Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta lasts for 10 minutes, then going Super Saiyan Blue would probably cut it down to 5 or not even, or defuse them straight away afterwards because of how much power it drains and how much energy it might consume. There was a whole reason why the time was cut via Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but that's a whole nother video I could do on its own on the reasons. But this trailer looks really good. I am one of the few that like Dragon Ball Minus when they introduced Goku's mother, the changes to Bardock. Sometimes I wish Akira actually kept some of his original elements from the Goku Father of Goku special, but I love some of the changes he's done with the character, because I feel more attached to this Bardock than his non-canon part. Oh well, I don't like using the word canon when it comes to Dragon Ball. His TV special counterpart, but there are differences like all of them as well. Some of the questionability is there. It's also, I forgot to mention, we get to see. It's nice to see the Ginyu Force, Zarbon, Dodoria, all appearing in this, and even King Cold. We don't even know much about King Cold, so hopefully this film expands a little bit more on King Cold's character, because we get to see him briefly here on what looks like them invading Planet Vegeta, or Frieza coming as, or they were already under Frieza anyway, and Frieza has come to visit the planet to see how this planet is doing how Planet Vegeta is doing doing, because that's how it looks like with Vegeta already bowing down to Frieza and King Cold. So it looks like they were already under Frieza's armies, or the Frieza Kingdom Empire already, and like in Minus, Bardock does not trust Frieza for some reason, and then we get the iconic scene with the Death Ball and him just throwing it onto the planet, and then we know the rest of what happened to Planet Vegeta. So the trailer was very interesting. We get to see a little bit more about backstories, a little bit more of Goku as a kid, Vegeta as a child, Broly as a child in this film as well. And it seems like this film's expanding the Minus chapter a little bit more. If Akira decided to done monthly chapter releases of Minus, where it expanded a little bit more of the characters within Planet Vegeta a little bit more, then it would have been better. Instead of him doing Jacko, I would have loved him to expand Dragon Ball Minus and actually kept the title being called Dragon Ball Minus, and it was actually more than just one chapter of just being more of the chapters that fleshed out the characters, introducing a lot of his elements of how everything was on Planet Vegeta a little bit more. But I think Broly's film's going to actually do what I was hoping, what I wanted from the start when I first heard the news of the Minus chapter. Is they are actually going to flesh it out a little bit more. What is really great as well. So one of the other things I loved was one of the things I didn't like is how it looked. How a lot of people are wondering that Goku was awake before he was sent off, so he knows what his mother looks like. He knows what his dad looked like. But remember, even when I reread the manga countless times, there were references of him bumping his head. Even Raditz asked if he bumped his head while he was a kid, and Goku said yes, he did. So him forgetting his parents, Bardock and Gine, within this film or within the story can still pretty much make sense. Even though if he didn't bump his head, he would probably regulate his parents, how they were and who they were, and he probably could have remembered that he was a Saiyan as well. He was also young, so the roughness of a kid was there, but with a lot of training and raisedness from Gohan, probably would have been able to control it, but his really wild nature of his Saiyan heritage really went onto the route where he ended up bumping his head to the point where there's going to be a lot of controversies about this with a lot of the anime watchers that don't go back to reading the original source material, don't go and don't know about Minus or the Jacko manga with the bonus chapter of Dragon Ball Minus in it, to where they could actually buy a volume of that, pick it up, read it, and they can learn it as well. Or even just go to, if you're in America, go to a Barnes & Nobles, pick up the volume and just read that chapter, and then you're done. You know what's happening. It's probably also online to read as well on a site somewhere to read manga. But it's one of those stories. I think if you want to have a bit more understanding about the changes of Bardock for this film, I do recommend reading Dragon Ball Minus just to it as well, because it will help you understand the changes a little bit more, and it will probably help you understand the flashbacks in this movie a lot more, and I think a lot better. Even though it's just a small chapter, just a single chapter with a few pages, like a standard weekly Shonen Jump chapter few pages, it will make you understand some of the scenes a little bit better. But the film's also going to be expanding it as well. So that is it, pretty much, with my thoughts on the second trailer of Dragon Ball Super Broly film, and it's very interesting that I've done this type of reaction. I'm not giving you my thoughts on it, but I'm really looking forward to this movie. as I said before, I loved reading Dragon Ball Minus. I'm one of those few fans that actually enjoyed what Akira Toriyama did with the characters, taking his own take on it. I thought it was a really great way. Definitely, it had to do something to make it his own. Definitely, if he was going to incorporate Goku's mother, Gine, into the universe, then I could understand why he had to change a lot of things. Now, there's still a lot of speculation why he probably is still a great scientist, because that's a heavy mention by Vegeta that Bardock was a great scientist. So those elements must be still in there intact with the original work, because Vegeta mentioned that Goku's father was a great scientist. Frieza remembers seeing a saying similar that looks like Goku within the manga as well. But even that scene, because Vegeta, Akira Toriyama incorporated that scene into the manga after the special during the Namek arc, during the Namek/Frieza arc was still being serialized in Jump at the time, and the Bardock Father Goku special was there and aired on TV, on Fuji TV at the time as well. So he incorporated some of those elements there, but that could slightly change. But we don't know exactly what's happening with that bit, or how he's going to change that, because we do see the whole thing. We don't see any of the army there or Bardock there in the sky. But like I said, it was a trailer. There probably was specs, like they probably had the army and that were like further into the atmosphere of it, so you couldn't really see them. He was probably still just reaching the outer rim of the atmosphere of Planet Vegeta, while the shot or the camera angle was Frieza just throwing the death ball over towards Planet Vegeta. So that scene could still be accurate in the manga, but like I said, there's been a lot of retcons, a lot of changes within Dragon Ball by Akira and by Toei Animation that they probably just retconned that scene. Now, but that's pretty much it on my initial thoughts, what I thought about some of the changes, my initial ideas and reactions to these changes as well. But I don't really do Dragon Ball related content much, even though I think my channel would benefit on having a lot of Dragon Ball content. But there's a lot better Dragon Ball YouTubers out there, like Geekdom 101, Qualman, Blackened Fist, I think, or is it Dark Fist? One of those three, Rhyme Style. I'll make AJ do those anime breakdowns as well. So there's a lot of things that can be done. There's a lot of better YouTubers out there for the Dragon Ball stuff, and it's one of the reasons why I don't really cover Dragon Ball content much on this channel. But I'm doing it this one because I think there's a lot of hype for it, and I think my channel would benefit off something that is big at the moment with the new trailer and everything at the moment on here, and it's pretty much being done. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, and don't forget, check out my other videos as well. They'll be appearing at the end here via with my title card. So they're going to be appearing, so check those out. Check out my German anime opening playlists of Season 1 and Season 2. You can both check them out on the sides here. And don't forget to hit subscribe and then hit that bell icon to keep notified for any videos you have missed. And there's links down below for my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Well, Instagram is a start, even though I've got it. I have got a Patreon, but it's not doing well, so I might not have it for long. But I do have a Patreon also. You can find those links down in the video description down below. So hopefully that helps as well. But other than that, I've been your host, Kai from Kai's Tega Corner, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya.